Okay, the Satan has truly lost his mind if he ever had one. So his latest thing is now with undocumented immigrants, etc. He says if you give them a ride in your car, you should be subject to 5 years imprisonment for each one in your car. Okay, immediate imprisonment. So, yeah, this guy is nuts. He is totally nuts. So what's going on with that is they're fleeing the state. So, construction sites are now empty. Construction's not getting done. Roofing's not getting done. Crops are not getting harvested. Okay? So all these jobs that they were doing are now not going to get done because they've left the state. So how is this going to fare for this lunatic? And he wants to make America like Florida. Isn't that special? So let's see what we have. Enchantment. Okay. Enchantment. In other words, he's in a fantasy land. Okay. He's not realistic. He's not seeing the forest for the trees. We'll get rid of all those Mexicans, etc. I'm going to do even better than 45 did. I'm going to be even more ruthless and heinous. Okay? The big anus. Okay? It's him, big butt boy. So let's see what's going to happen with butt boy now that they're all leaving the state. Now, I have to say, right down the street from me, they're building a huge complex. And I mean, they have so many workers out there now that just happened within the last few days. I'm wondering if they're not coming from Florida. And I'm happy to see them here. Okay? You know. So we had Scott Baio, that asinine, another Repugly Ugly that left California and moved to Florida because California was too dangerous now. So another ignoramus craziness going on. But let's look and see what's going to happen with the Satan, with everybody leaving now. Yeah, the end of him. I think we could really just stop it here. It's the end of him. If he thinks running for president and he's putting that type of nonsense out there, that, anybody that gets caught giving them a ride to church or to health or whatever, and he's closing down any kind of health care for them, if he thinks this is going to propel him to be president, he is absolutely nuts. Okay? So going into it, yeah, he wants to be in charge. He thinks he's the grand leader now. Look what I can do. Okay? Because I think this is going to take me to the White House. Okay? What an idiot. So yeah, that's what he thinks. He thinks if I put this out there, but the challenge is what? His choices he's made. He's walking off a cliff with this one. Okay? When it comes to an abundant life. Okay? So we have, what's the takeaway for this? It's the theft of what's underneath of it? Justice. Okay? So he's trying to end justice with his ideology and what he's putting out there. So what we have, above all this, major arcana, and major arcana. They're looking at the strength of his manipulation, and this is going to come to the, worldview, or this is the end point of part of his, what do they call it, of a cycle, okay? So he's trying to manipulate this by being an egregious. This is not strength. This is bullying. This is drama. So again, what we have in the center, lots of major arcana with this. We have this idiot. It's going to come to an end point because of what he's doing to vilify real justice. The challenge is the things that he is pulling, his choices that are trying to strengthen his manipulation, but that the world is watching, and this is coming to an end point. So again, he's trying to get away with something, thinks he's being slick. This has to do with the abundance, because this is a challenge. There is going to be less abundance in Florida. Why? Because they don't have workers. There are major harvests that are there that are not getting harvested. Construction's not being done. You have a lot of them working, like doing dishes and working in some of these restaurants and stuff, okay? And all of that's gone. Now, I forgot this one, too, was major arcana. Him trying to be control. And his aim is trying to get to the White House. That's what he's doing, these actions. So he thinks that the only ones that are interested in this nonsense are the what Magatonians, what they call themselves, Magatonians, as should it be. The maggots that, are haters of anybody of color, the haters of freedom, the haters of democracy. Those are the only ones that would be rallying for him. And so what is going to happen when it comes to the jobs and people with the loss of these workers? Yeah, this strong illusion and fantasy is going to come to an end point, okay? They're going to find out the strength of his illusion, to think, to get the people to leave the state in droves, that he so brilliantly concocted this scheme. Now, of course, this isn't going to fly in the end when it comes to, 5-year jail sentence for anybody that transports an alien, illegal alien anywhere. I don't care if you take them to a grocery store. I don't care if you're taking them to the workout, because we have a lot of them, especially if they're working, doing picking and stuff like that. They will take them in a truck, a lot of them together, to go out to the fields to work. Well, according to Satan, the person driving that truck could be subject to 5 years imprisonment for each person that's in that truck. Okay? So, and he thinks this is a brilliant scheme. Oh yeah. The brilliant scheme, the Satan of the maggots. Fabulous. So he's got no long-term thought, no wisdom, no judgment. He is in his fantasy realm of BS, and he doesn't know what sort of problems that Florida is going to be facing now because of his actions. Okay, we're happy to have those people here in New Mexico. There's a lot of work for them to come do, construction, etc. Welcome to New Mexico. So on that note, we'll have workers, and they have bupkis. They're going to have a lot of very unhappy people in many places in Florida because the workers have run away and left the state because of the brilliance of the Satan.